We do want to get into another sports story, obviously one that happened overnight in New York City as New York Jets defensive back Kris Boyd is now in critical condition after being shot in the heart of the city. I do want to put up this here on Live Now from Fox from the New York Post, who had the initial reporting saying Jets cornerback Kris Boyd in critical condition after being shot early. He's in stable condition at Manhattan's Bellevue Hospital after sustaining a gunshot wound thereafter outside of a midtown restaurant. We're also hearing more reporting from The Athletic talking about this critical but stable. The Jets said in a statement that the team is, quote, aware of the situation involving Kris Boyd and will have no further comment at the time. And these coming after a Thursday night game the Jets played, so they are not in a game today. One of his teammates on social media, Jermaine Johnson, posting this, saying, everyone, please send prayers to my brother and teammate Kris Boyd and his family. Lord, please help. Hold your healing hand over Kris and guide him back to health and safety. Lord, I ask you, please just get him through this safely in your name. Amen. So that coming in from Jermaine Johnson. I want to give you some more information about this and reporting from the New York Post talking about it as Boyd, a 29-year-old, was shot outside a restaurant after a dispute turned violent with the gunman firing 2 shots. Kris Boyd is in his first season with the New York Jets after signing a 1-year, $1.6 million contract during free agency. He hasn't played yet, though, after suffering a season-ending shoulder injury in the preseason. A cornerback, he was a 7th-round pick to the Minnesota Vikings in 2019, spent 4 seasons with the Vikings before moving on to the Arizona Cardinals and Houston Texans before landing here with the New York Jets. He did play his college ball at Texas. So Kris Boyd now in critical but stable condition after a shooting in the heart of New York City. Unsure exactly the circumstances around which this happened overnight from Saturday into Sunday. A live picture there at the Big Apple. And as I
Okay, so reports are coming in that the a Jets defensive back Kris Boyd in critical condition after being shot late or early Sunday morning, late Saturday night, somewhere within that time frame, and from what the report just stated, it stemmed from some type of dispute or argument. And then the gunman shot 2 shots and critically injured the Jets defensive back. So definitely praying that he's able to make a full recovery. Hopefully, we don't get any other type of news from this story that would turn it even more tragic than it already is. And man, this is like another one to just keep harping on the fact that it's becoming, frequent that people will have disputes, people will have arguments, and they're gonna go grab their fire and they're gonna use it. So we still have to get more information. Not necessarily sure what the argument was about, or what took place to cause the argument. But we do know is that Jets defensive back Kris Boyd is injured, and as I was saying, he hasn't been able to play this year because he had a shoulder injury that happened in preseason. So he hasn't even been able to contribute to try to help his team win, and I know that right there in itself could definitely do something mentally to an athlete, because athletes just want to really be on the field. They want to be involved. They want to be out there with their teammates, and they want to be helping, um, you know, bring wins to the organization. I do know that for sure, and we'll just have to wait and try to get a lot more information on this, and hopefully more details will come out soon. They haven't mentioned whether or not the suspect was arrested, and so the suspect may still be at large. Um, but what I do know is that you have to be very vigilant. Once again, you have to think about your safety, the safety of the people with you, and it never you never know what this argument could have been about. Um, a lot of times, we would, hope that cooler heads can prevail. But sometimes in certain situations, unfortunately, that's not possible. And this, it's very, very tough. And like I said, I just reported on a story from New Jersey of this nature, and I know Jersey is not far at all from New York. So, but this type of thing can really happen anywhere. Doesn't really matter to me. Where it's happening. At. It's just the fact that it is happening. It's a continued thing, and we'll have to get more details to see what was the reasoning behind this. Just definitely a unfortunate situation, and again, prayers out to Kris Boyd. Hopefully, Kris Boyd is able to recover from his injuries and is able to continue his rehab and get himself back onto the field. So he's playing football, the thing that I'm sure he loves and he's very passionate about. Um, yeah, I'm gonna kind of keep this one a little short. There's a little bit more to this video. I'm gonna see if there's any more important information that's being disclosed here in this video.
Also noted the Jets not having a game today. They played on Thursday night, a loss in New England. They're back in action next Sunday against the Baltimore Ravens. But we're continuing to follow this closely here on Live Now from Fox. We do want to get into it.
Okay, so yeah, not much more information. Just basically saying how the Jets played on Thursday night football, and of course they're not gonna have a game here on Sunday. So, um, they definitely didn't release a statement because themselves they have to do their investigation. They have to get all the facts before they can even make a statement. Because with something of this nature, you don't want to prematurely speak. But I did just want to create this video just to bring awareness to this situation, and it's something I'm definitely going to be following and looking to get updates on. And again, if you like this content, make sure you're liking, commenting, and subscribing on the videos. I would love to hear your comments on this incident. And then I have several other videos on my channel, long form videos that I would love for you guys to check out for your enjoyment and entertainment. And just let me know what you think in the comments. Again, make sure you're subscribing and turning on your notifications so you know when I do drop. I'm trying to keep a consistent schedule as far as when I drop my videos, and um, I'm planning out live streaming and stuff like that because I do definitely want to get into live streaming the content and being able to give my live opinion on certain things that's going on out here in our world. And yeah, man, very, very unfortunate. Prayers up to him and prayers to his family. And hopefully Kris Boyd is able to make a full recovery. Like I said, continue his rehab to try to get back on the field, once he's no longer injured. And I'm going to head and close this out. This is Justin Paul. Peace.